This morning we got a call from our little victim just before you came, the 10-year-old that you interviewed on Friday, little 10-year-old Zulu girl. The Child Protection Unit and the police did not pick up the 3 guys who raped her. So I got a phone call to say that they were harassing her at school. They were going to try and apprehend the 3 perpetrators and take them down to the police station so that the little girl could walk up to the perpetrators and place her hand on their left shoulders to identify them. We're not about to put up with that. It's what normally happens if we're not involved. Our little victims have to literally touch the attackers to identify them.
Most people know there is an AIDS epidemic in Africa, but few realize its frightening impact on women, young children and infants. Today in South Africa, many women and children must face the daily horrors of poverty, starvation, death and disease. They're the most vulnerable in society, and their story is seldom told. In the town of Amanzimtoti, one woman fights a constant battle against almost insurmountable odds to help these innocent victims and to tell their story to the world. And despite limited resources, widespread apathy and governmental denial, she is making a difference. Her name is Jackie Branfield.
You're going to take her back. We've got to get something done. I don't know what yet. I'll think it through.
Who here knows of somebody, a friend of theirs, who has been raped? That's a whole lot of you.
About 7 years ago, my average age for child rape was 14. My average age now is 4 years old.
During years of volunteer work at her church, Jackie met many rape victims who had contracted AIDS and subsequently been ostracized by their communities. She decided to strike out on her own to help these women and children who had no one else to turn to. In 1996, with virtually no money, she started the Tree Clinic. The Tree Clinic is little more than a meeting place, but as its name suggests, it's become a symbol of shelter and strength. A place where dozens of desperate people now gather weekly to find hope, comfort and support.
We run the clinic every Wednesday with no money. We sit under the tree and we speak to women that if it's found out they are HIV positive, they get beaten and discriminated against.
The Tree Clinic has helped hundreds of women regain their self-esteem, manage their illness and lead independent and productive lives. From her experiences with the Tree Clinic, Jackie soon realized that the problem was much worse than first imagined, and much worse than the country's politicians would ever admit. In addition to the women who had been beaten and banished, she saw dozens of children who had contracted AIDS as a result of being raped. And this was just the tip of the iceberg. Jackie became known throughout the community as the person to call even before the police. She spent many hours in hospitals and police stations, counseling the young victims and their parents. The prosecution of rape cases is extremely rare and difficult. Assailants are often friends or family members, and the traumatized rape victims are reluctant to bring charges out of fear of retribution. And because the collection of incriminating evidence is seldom possible in these cases, most attackers are quickly set free to rape again and intimidate past victims. To comfort the children and to provide a vital tool for the courts, Jackie has created Bobby Bear.
I designed this bear because a 4-year-old child cannot tell you what's happened to her.
This little girl is just one of the many success stories directly attributable to Bobby Bear. She is 4 years old and was recently raped by a neighbor.
She was hurt so badly. You see this here? She put her hand, the little kitty, you can see the 2 little fingers, to demonstrate how far up he'd gone. You know, there's her
with the marker her point of entry.
I want to do it, but I don't have the time.
The little hand, she drew round her little hand right up to here.
If it wasn't for Jackie, she wouldn't even have been taken to the hospital. But thanks to Jackie's efforts, she received medical attention and was placed in a safe, caring foster home. Her attacker is now in jail. Although the work it does is extraordinary, the foundation is in fact run only by Jackie, her devoted and tireless administrator, Bill Love, and a few hard-working volunteers. Jackie's small Toyota is her only office, and a daily challenge is finding the money to fill it with petrol. Jackie's goal is to expand the Bobby Bear Foundation, creating more tree clinics in the rural areas, and at the same time training counsellors, police and hospital staff to better understand the particular needs of rape victims. She has campaigned successfully to make the AIDS drug AZT available in hospitals, and has recently created the only training manual that deals with both child abuse and AIDS. To do all this and help raise awareness, she desperately needs funding. Your charitable donation will not only help Jackie in her battle against all odds, but will help to brighten the future of countless women and children. Together, we can make a difference.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the children I serve, thank you.